rapists. They're still a sexual harasser. They are still using intimidation to make people have sexual intercourse with them. And it's not black or white. It's very gray. And I think that we have to keep that in mind. Now, no, they're not going to jail, but you're not going to tell me that they all are not feeling some kind of way about being embarrassed in this way. Because remember, power is their thing. And even though you get to keep your money and you get to step down, now you got an asterisk by your name. And every time somebody talks about all of this good you did, it's always going to be, but you know he sexually harassed 30 women. You know he wasn't treating the women in his employ how he would want somebody to treat his daughters.
Right.
That matters to them.
I agree, but we also have to think about, you know, these are people. They're still men, and don't get me wrong. I'm not giving anybody a pass. That is not my intention. What I'm about to say, that's not my intention, and what I'm about to say. But we have to remember that these are people, and there are people that love them. I mean, I have people in my family who are, and Delaney, you can attest to this, and not to put it out there, put family business or whatever. I'm gonna put it out there. They have very, I'm with it, very unhealthy relationships with women, whether they're womanizers. Not to say that anybody's a racist or anything like that, but they have some very, very disturbing ideology about how they treat women in general. And that don't mean I don't love them. That doesn't mean that they're not my family. But they have to be this time in history. Like I said, is a I think somebody else said, it was a watershed moment for you to realize that if you have a daughter, you have a mama, you have a sister, and you all have a mama, you should want to treat women the way someone should treat your mom, your daughter, your sister, whatever. So we can't just completely eliminate the fact that, they did whatever they did, but they have to be taught. They have to learn, and this has to change. This whole thinking, the way men think and the way men treat women has to change. And if it doesn't start now, when does it change? That doesn't mean we stop loving or caring for those people in our lives, people that we know, people that we even look up to say, okay, yes, you're dead wrong. That shit was wrong. Yeah. That does not say that doesn't mean that we don't stop caring for people who are even close to us, who we see, misbehave badly. But it has to change.
Yeah.
I would love for this time to be just revolutionary for women and all this, but I kind of have my doubts about it because even though, all these women are coming out about sexual harassment.
Such a pessimist. Oh my gosh, why are you being such a pessimist? Seriously?
I'm not because I'm going off of what I see. Like, more than half of white women voted for Donald Trump. Where was all of this revolution when he was talking about grabbing women by the pussy?
He's talking about two different cultures. The women that voted for Trump are the same people that are going to be criticizing the quote unquote Hollywood elite. So, you're talking about two people with two different cultural perspectives.
And intersectionality. I think anytime you're dealing with a white woman and you have us as black women, her race is always going to trump her gender, in my opinion. And that's what happened when she went in that booth and made pretend she was voting for Hillary, but really pulled the lever for Donald. Her husband was in her ear, her daddy was in her ear, and that's what they made happen.
But these were uneducated white women. College-educated white women did not vote for Donald Trump. So these are the people.
I disagree.
You think it was college-educated women? These young women did not. Young college.
It was a mix of both.
It was.
I am 100% confident it was a mix of both. They are quiet about it, but it was a mix of both.
And that's what made it so shady that they was quiet about it.
Right.
Yeah, they wouldn't admit it. A lot of them wouldn't admit it. They really wouldn't.
But do they regret it? That's what my question. Or are they like, I did it. I'm stuck.
I don't think they regret
it. There have been interviews of people that women and men that have voted for Trump, and now they're saying that they regret it. There's been a couple of videos about that on Facebook. But they said they didn't know what they were getting into. They didn't really do their research. But
they did.
It's too late.
Right.
The hatred for Hillary is real. So some people hated her so much that they could not bring themselves to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
So
sexism too. They didn't want to see a woman in the White House.
So
So she says they didn't want to see a woman in the White House. That's still power, men's power over women. Now let me ask you this, because here's an alternative part of the argument here. And this is Denise. She's going back and forth with me in the chat. She said that ladies sexually harass men in the workplace too. And I said, well, it's rare.
They do.
And she said, well, she's seen it happen. It does happen. I mean, I've never had that situation, but not to say it doesn't happen. I'm sure it
I don't think that that's rare. I just think that men don't really worry about it. Because I saw that all the time at my previous job. Women were using their sex as power just like men were, but I don't think men mind that much.
Well,
I think they feel flattered.
I've actually investigated cases, and I don't feel like culturally it's acceptable for a man to say, well, I ain't really want to sleep with her, but I didn't feel like I had a choice. Like that's not really manly. And that's part of what keeps them from lodging an investigation or a complaint. So in the cases that I've seen it done, the female was very senior to the guy. She was married and the dude was married. Now, I got my doubts whether it was consensual or not, but what happened was the female's husband went and told the wife of the other guy. And then all of a sudden, we're asked to investigate this. So I think there's a cultural aspect. I don't necessarily think all men are like, yeah, she was checking for me. Like, if you don't want to sleep with somebody, you don't want to sleep with them. Nobody wants to feel like they have to because of the power structure. But I think culturally, men are not as comfortable saying, man, I just felt like I had to do it. I really didn't want to.
And you know what? And I feel bad. And in fact, I'm almost not even about to say this here. But
don't say it. Don't embarrass me on the call. Do not embarrass me on the call.
I want to hear it.
I
want to hear it now, too.
But if you embarrass me on the call, it's going to be only y'all when you get off the call.
Listen. I'm just going to say what most men that I've talked to, they're not even going to object to what I'm saying here. It's always a two-way situation. The roles are not equal here. And what I mean, the way we view things here. So you look at these situations where you got students and teachers sleeping together. You have a 17-year-old boy or a 16-year-old boy, well, I'm going to say 17-year-old boy, who sleeps with his 30-year-old teacher. All right? A lot of times the teachers don't even be bad looking. I've never really seen a situation. I'm like, why the hell they had to go with a little boy? That doesn't even make any sense. We see that situation.
What does that have to do with anything?
Hold on, I'm not done. So, on the flip side, if a grown-ass man sleep with my 16 or 17-year-old daughter, we mad as fire. We're going to kill that dude. We're insane. But on the other side, now my wife might be mad at this female teacher sleeping with a man. I'm going to say, yeah, you're right. I'm going to be just like that too. But in the background, me and fellas are high-fiving about that shit. Like, damn, man, if I was 16, man, shit, I would have slept with her too, man. It's like it's not equal, you know what I mean?
Okay, that's not people. Thank you.
Huh? Who joined the call first off?
And that's a problem, though.
That is a problem.
Like, that's a problem because she molested your kid.
Right.
And do you know how sleeping with an older woman like that knows far more than he does can screw him up sexually and mentally? So I get the high-fiving, but if you guys stop and think about it and really think of the impact, I would hope that high-fiving kind of would be reduced because she's damaged your kid and may have created somebody now who can't even get a deeper relationship in the way it's supposed to be because he's sleeping with somebody who's just using him like he would use a dildo or a vibrator. She ain't care nothing about him. He's a young boy that keep going on and on and on. Like, that's a problem. I'm a mom boy. I have a boy. Let me tell you, some grown-ass woman come for my kids. Y'all gonna read about me in the paper. Please believe it.
Say it. Let her come call over here. Let her come calling over here. Let me find in that phone, because I'll go through the phone, because we pay the bill. Let me find out.
Yes.
I don't have any kids, but I'm pretty sure I know what Angie would do.
You already know what I was doing. I'm not playing no games about mine. None. You better have someone ready.
It's definitely double. That's the word, double standard. That's what I was looking for. D. It's definitely double standard. That ask a lot of these men in this chat room who in here, they're scared to admit it, but have as a teenager slept with an older woman, and maybe it has screwed them up, messed up in their head or whatever. Maybe so. You know, I don't know.
But I was just reading that article about the comedian. I think two of his mom's friends. What is his name?
Yes, I saw that story.
Real pretty hazel eyes. I forget.
I saw the story.
Two of his mother's friends slept. Yeah, slept with him when he was what? 11?
Yes.
12?
He was really young.
And now he can't even. He be having challenges in his intimate relationships now as a grown man. Man, I don't think the bitch.
And he has two girlfriends right now.
Okay.
The dude that was hosting Ice
That is
Cube's
absolutely disgusting.
little game show. I forgot.
Darren.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yep. Darren.
Yeah, that guy.
D. Ray Davis. He has a show on Lifetime right now where because he has two girlfriends and they all live in the same house and you know all that sister wife stuff.
Yeah.
And see people guys in here agreeing right here in the chat room saying best thing ever, old woman can show you the world. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a double standard here because I don't want to hear about no older man showing my daughter the world. You know what I mean? But it's so many double standards, so many issues.
That's your job.
Okay, so why is that double standard though? Why would you be okay? For example, Angie, take a breath. If Kyle was smashing an older chick, but you would be upset if Monty was sleeping with an older guy.
Right now, no.
Yeah,
don't worry, I'll wait.
Right now, at 16, no. I don't see none of that. But I mean, damn. See what I'm saying?
There is no but I mean. There is no but I mean. What you mean?
You just said we slapped your eyes and said, "Oh, that's what's up." So what happened?
I mean, seriously.
Help.
They're both 15
Where's the helpline?
10 years old.
You're right.
They're 15 and 16.
I
If anybody
agree.
comes calling over here that is not a teenager, it's going to be a problem. Whether it's Amani, whether it's Kyle, it's going to be a problem. And it should be a problem for not only for Angela, but for Keithy too.
It is. I ain't say I want a grown woman, 21-year-old woman calling here for Kyle. No, I didn't say that was acceptable. Not that.
No, we know. I know that's not what you said, but you said that you would low key be like, "Hey, you winning." If it was a guy, but why isn't that the case with Ronnie?
No, not with my own kids. Damn it! I can't even say what I'm trying to say.
So it doesn't affect you unless it's your own kids. Oh, okay.
Wow.
No.
That's nice.
That's not what I'm saying either. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. All I know is we be tripping as men. And then the other thing is, here's the other end of it. How can we look at and objectify these strippers and everything that's passed around, and we may have a daughter, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different double standards out here. I mean, it's hard. It's like we're psychologically screwed up.
That's an industry.
Right.
It's an industry. That's an industry where they get paid to do what they do. And if that's what they want to do, then that's what they're going to do. But even there should be a level of respect, and they have rules and regulations in the strip club. So what do you mean?
Because I get it. I'm not subscribing to it, but culturally there is that you kind of love and nurture on your daughters and kind of would high five this stuff around your son, but that starts with the men. That starts with the men making the decision that it's not okay, because now as a mature man, I understand the damage that can do. And it ain't just about him getting his dick wet, right? It's about his soul ties. It's about him maybe being in a situation that he fully doesn't understand. But you as a grown-ass man understand. Running behind a woman that only want to have sex with you. She don't want to build a life with you. She's not interested in developing you. Like, that is damaging for a child, because it is a child.
Unless she married Kayla Turner, because she married the little boy that she was sleeping with.
She did, but he about to divorce her. So now the first set of kids don't fool with you. You got kids by this kid. He's a man now. And what do you do now? Like, do you go be with a grown man? Do a grown man want anything to do with you because you might be looking at another 14-year-old?
Right.
And psychologically, what's wrong with you?